Chapter 15: Factions of the Flower Continent. War was spreading all over now. Rival looked at the reports of Webmob's destruction and the loss of Kilgore. Rival's officer Yank, 21, and Ulkin, a giant Helton man, wanted to go and fight. Rival calmed the eager men down and said, "It is fitting for scum like one to give us a bad name to die like that. Now we should watch all the insects kill one another for the little scraps that are left." Elsewhere on Flower Continent, it was a place of war as well. This once beautiful land of flowers that blossomed all year round was trampled by the ambitions of one man. He was the leader of the Law faction, named Drazin C. Ox. He, along with powerful men like Red Wallace and Nap and Voltus, plunged the land into war as he wanted to establish his own rule on all. For Drazin's craziness, the Flower Continent was a peaceful one where three nations lived in harmony. These nations being Law, Seafire, and Techno in Exeter. If Zero and the rest of the dimensions now won. Everyone wanted more power to survive. So the stalemate of the Law faction, the state of the Law faction struck first. Seafire was an elder power that believed in God and wanted all to trust him. The Seafire was being led by Sekiro Seafire, an elder king who was from the second universe of another era. He fights for holiness as he gets to unite all of Flower Continent in the name of God. Page Seafire 20. The princess has appears only daughter. She vows to be worthy enough to succeed her father. The elder knights are four devoted knights that have vowed to be pure and know no woman until their Lord unites the continent. They are the girl Sarizer, Samagar Libu, Saseka, and Nagal Gilgal. Samatra. She is a woman from the royal banquet. She is a talented general in the Seafire faction. Gamari, a Heflon who is loyal to Seafire. The Helfons were the original name given to the Medonians before they changed their name to be named after their first leader, the Medonian himself, Lord Medonian. And speaking of Medonians, he had two brothers who were Medonians that were his officers. They were Ben Baal and Ben Horn. Centrio, seeing that war was coming, advised the king to make an alliance with the Dakarans so they can stand up against Drazin together. Sakaya loved the idea, and so he sent his loyal knight, Nogal Shahrenazer, to be an envoy for the Dakaran. The Dakaran were being led by Rad, and the Dakaran and the Dakaran became forces. The two advanced peoples and powers became one to stand of the two factions. of the flower country. They have some heavy hitters beneath them. Rad, the Tactarian boss, who is tough as nails and leads like a mob boss. Ivanki, the Tactarian responsible for weapons. Karklin, a powerful fighting machine who has no limits in determination. Lucian Cyber, the head of the cyber group of bots and droids. He is aware of the Z-Ox droids. More on that later. Alfred Short, this Tactarian general, is a former pirate who joined Rad with the promise of great wealth. And we have the leader of the electrical faction, Lord Bahamut. Although young at age 30, he is the strongest man on the continent. He is the only main leader of the electrical, as he killed all of his generals, as he fought favor they might fight him for leadership. His army consists of troops and advanced ornaments and tanks. He only loves wine and women of the night, as no one could satisfy him on the battlefield. Rad, the boss, didn't care much about Cicado and his faith, but he saw for the alliance between them benefit both of them. So the alliance was formed. Ivanki went to work. He built new weapons for their allies, and Karklin sharpened his fighting skills. As the elder knights, they committed themselves to God in this fight, and Rani worked his muscles. Ramusu, on the other hand, just wanted to find someone who could bring him a challenge in battle. The Law faction army was commanded by Eris. Eris was the long-term advisor to Dragon and wanted to see this war ended quickly. He ordered Lash to spy on the Tactarian camp to see what they were up to. Lash was a civil veteran with great skill. He was also a trained spy in his teens. Lash went about to see the Tactarians making weapons to fight with the sea fowl against them. So to prevent this advanced assault, Lash went in alone to place bombs in key areas. He killed guards, but saw him, and he went to assassinate Ivanki personally. Ivanki was stunned to see Lash, as his security system should have picked him up. Lash mocked him and said he disarmed them months ago, and Ivanki was too stupid to realize it. Insulted, Ivanki challenged Lash to a duel. The super spy accepted and slew Ivanki and tailed out, while sending off the bombs and crippling the dead guard. When Lash reported this to the others, the muscle group was sorry you missed out on all the good boning. Then the Red Warrior laughed as he chimed in saying that he would have crushed Lash's style. Am I right, buddy? Smiled Red as he rested his hand on Lash's shoulder. The Red Warrior was a Scotian. He is a veteran from another timeline of long ago. He was brought back during the Third War, but ended up trapped in Dimension Zero. So he joined the Law faction after his new friend Lash convinced him. Rad was pissed. The moment he joined the Elders, he was attacked and cost one of his fine officers. Livid, Rad called off the alliance and decided to attack the Seafall and Law factions. Robert Musa was pleased as he fought high-tech weapons and a big alliance would make things pointless. Now that they were fighting everyone, he could finally let loose. Takeda was in a great despair as two forces were now attacking him, and not just one. He then went into a state of grief as he put on sackcloth and started to pray. Paige had to take the reins of her father as the kingdom was in peril. She ordered high thick walls rebuilt around the entire border. She stockpiled harvest for 2 years and made underground villages for all the people to ride out the storm ahead. The help from Macedonian forces would guard the east from the Castellan. Rani was inspired by the princess's good thinking. The Benbros, on the other hand, didn't like how the so-called king just cracked under pressure so fast and easily, so they were secretly looking for new employment elsewhere. For now, Ball and Horn worked with Barani to push the enemy back. Tarkalin, Lucian Simon, and Alfred Troy were leading the attack. Alfred led his pirates to the open fire on the Seafall from the water by the river. Durrani fought fast and used nearby cannons on the field to return fire. The Benbros held Lucian back to defend the cannons. After Troy's ship was sinking, Alfred abandoned ship, and Lucian was forced to retreat. So Carr stepped up and began to be a beast on the battlefield. Carr went through the Seafall army like flies with his quickness. Ben confronted Horn and knocked him out. Then Ball went to rescue his brother before Carr could finish him off. Then Carr just pushed both brothers away, and they lived, but they were hurt. Only Garani was left between Alkin and Victory. The two men took it out as they both had something to fight for. At the end, neither could hit a death blow on the other, and it was a draw. Both sides went home badly. On the western front, the Law faction advanced to the Seafall border. Saintron and the 4 Elder Knights defended the walls with great determination against the Law faction. Saintron commanded the battle on the high wall. The battle seemed to be going well for Seafall until Saintron noticed a little kid running across the battlefield. She was horrified for this kid's safety, so she ordered Gilgal to catch him. The kid had no care in the world, as bombs went off all around him, and he was skipping and jumping around like nothing was going on. The girl almost lost his life twice chasing this kid. Then a woman riding a steed ran up to the lad and grabbed him. He came from the Law faction direction, thinking that this boy was being kidnapped. Saintron sprung into action and broke in ranks to give chase. However, this was all a trap, as the Law reinforcements led by Dotus arrived and injured Saintron. The 4 Elder Knights went to rescue their wounded general and retreated. As a result of this, the West was breached. The kid was named Kid Crash, and the woman on the steed that grabbed him was his aunt, Claudia Law. Kid Crash, age 11. an unofficial officer of the faction due to his age. However, he is a fearless trickster that often gets himself into trouble. He is often bailed out by his aunt, Claudia Law. Claudia Law is 37, his aunt, and a native of the Law country. He is the only one who has issues with the way Drazen is running things. But for the sake of Horner and her safety, she keeps these feelings to herself. Kid asks his auntie if she liked what he did. She scolded him and called him breakfast. The two of them left the front lines before Bokus could find them. He was unsure who they even were. Things weren't going well for the Seafall forces as the Law faction poured in like a flood. Seeing that the battle was heating up, the electrical leader went out to battle. Lord Bamusu rode through the entire Seafall side to get to the east to face the Law faction head on. The massive Law army was overconfident due to their large numbers. Bamusu then proved them wrong and displayed his skills and pure power. He cut down the Law army in half by himself, and the other half was scared shitless. Lash and Red faced the beast. They gave it all they had. The remaining Law forces joined as well. Bamusu's mouth delivered. His things were finally getting interesting. Then he unleashed his full power upon them all. Lash was blown away. The Law troops were being slaughtered, and the Red Warrior was seeing his own blood. So the Law ran away in fear, and Bamusu inadvertently saved the kingdom so far. Bamusu then got bored and went to look for a beautiful woman to be with. But it was intense. Now that all forces were now crippled, fighting slowed down somewhat. This gave outsiders a chance to slip in. Warlords had answered the brothers' call and instructed them to get Rani on their side or to kill him. Ball and Horn confronted the Seafall loyalists and told him to join them as Seafall was done. Rani refused, as he was stubborn. So the civil war broke out in Seafall. Those who went out and those that remained. Unfortunately, Turncoat prevailed and left the kingdom of Seafall in a colossal island, where the Helton Bedonians ruled. Rani died in the battle, and Seafall was all but done. Seeing this, Drazen himself mobilized and set forth with an army to attack the now weakened kingdom. Bamusu was still traveling with the forces to find a beautiful woman. Then a strong man bumped into Kid Crash, who saw this as a great opportunity. Kid tricked the electrical leader by saying that beautiful women were located in the main dimensions, filled with the fact of hanging with the new and unknown women. Excited Bamusu more than battle. So he and his forces left the continent altogether to seek pleasure. So in the high side, the strongest in all the Flower continent was defeated by an 11-year-old kid. Law faction forces, led by Drazen, Seox, himself, and Eris, and Bokus, marched to Seafall Castle. Seeing their spell, Sancho cursed God and fell on the sword. People were looting and panicking and turning on each other in the collapsing kingdom. Ares couldn't fathom what he was seeing. The Seafowl had truly lost him. Despite two at least survived his daughter. Circadia sent Paige away via an underground tunnel to escape to the new elders. Paige wept bitterly as she was carried away by her loyal guards. Now only the king and his loyal knights remained to defend what was left of their kingdom. The law and Seafowl went at it, and it was a show. The four knights, Shahbazar, Sangar Nubu, Sasekam, and Delgal fought as one. They paved and protected, and they were brave, and they protected their king with all they had. Gazan and Bokus faced him, and during the battle, Gazan became injured, but instead of blood, metal came out of him. Everyone was stunned at this shocking revelation. The law faction, they believe in their own twisted vision of justice, but is unjust to all else. They're led by the Seox School and their leader, Gazan. The human leaders of the Seox School died of unknown causes, and secretly Gazan was one of the few droids that ran the law faction and the north of the continent. The Seox droids were the secret lords, as Gazan was the head of it, and he pretended to be a human, as he was secretly an android. He and Brutus then finished the nights off, as he was now deeply injured, and since his secrets out of the bag, he then launched rockets from inside him, blowing the knights away. And then Ares fought and slew the Seafowl King, Zakir, and the flag of the Seox flew high over the rubble of the Seafowl Kingdom castle. This battle resulted to the end of the Seafowl, and the law victory over the continent seemed certain. Rad is preparing to pack up his work and leave the continent altogether. With the Electricons preying on them, the mob-like boss had no choice. Then the escape ships were being attacked by an unknown force. They came from the skies in their own ships. These ships were made from space travelers. As the ships landed and the troops inside came out, running, guns blazing, a familiar clan symbol could be seen. It was the Oberon. The Oberon forces were led by Fong Oberon, the son of the late Shia of the same clan. They had gained power and prestige after the end of the First Generation's War, and Oberon ruled all the planets for the Builder. Mizani Oberon Jr. was the first and only son of Mizani, the powerful uncle of the then young ruler Shia. Mizani Jr. is cousin to Fong, and Tarukuti, loyal officer of the Long clan. Mizani Jr., like his father, loved violence, and he enjoyed killing. He fought the Kakaren to subdue and end them for Builder. Carr, Lucien, and Alfred rushed the Oberon general at once, but were pushed back by his roar. Then Mizani decapitated Alfred's head. Lucien was next, as he had a flashback to when he helped build the Zeox droids, but they grew sentient and turned on their masters. Now he was last on a he was the last one to live on that fearful day, only to die now to a powerful alien. Lucian was slain. Carl was next, but he wised up and took his remaining men and bailed. Carl saw Rad as not worth dying for, so he went to look for Bamusu ever since. Rad was pissed off. He had lost his forces, and the men he fought were loyal to him abandoned him. Rad went all out against Mizani. Mizani was impressed. Mizani dodged Rad's sword as he laid blows on the mob boss. Rad wasn't backing down. He continued to keep going. However, Mizani had one thing that Rad didn't, and that was a loyal officer. Then Taruko jumped out of nowhere and landed a crippling blow to Rad. Rad now faced two outsiders, and he was hurt badly. Then Rad kissed a gold pinky ring and went for one last charge. After the battle, the Obalong now had the Declaran lands under their control. Now the only force left is that of the Law faction, and the flower content will be theirs. Confusion hit the Law state as the people were confused as to who they should be serving. Claudia Law, who now had an excuse to leave her named land, no homeland, left with her happy nephew into towards the new land. Kid was excited as to what new adventures awaited them. Fred and Nash left Law together as they felt used and lied to by Gazan, being a droid, and the true leaders killed off. They went their own separate ways after some time traveling. The two men were going to find their namesake Bankran to go and join them. Lash wished his friend well and said that he hoped they would meet again. Red warned that they might be enemies when that time comes. Lash's friend let out a sad sigh, and the two Bankran men high-fived for the last time as they went on their individual merry ways. Only Eris and Baltus remained loyal to Gazan, despite knowing the truth. They thought by now that the Tatooines were long gone, and the continent was all of theirs. Sadly for them, they would have wished that they left as well. The invasion had begun. Obalon used tanks of the captured Declaran to lay the ground attack. This fooled the Law forces to think that the Declarans were doing one last gamble, so they went on to attack them. After the Law forces routed them, Eris didn't saw Brad or any of their leaders around. Before he could piece together what was really happening, bombs fell from the sky. The Obalon ships then came out of cloaking and revealed themselves. Boltus realized that the real brawl was now about to begin. As the Law forces were being overwhelmed, Mizani appeared to give the muscle brute his finest brawl. The two muscleheads fought hard, but Boltus was no match for Mizani, and he was killed with a smile on his face, as he had the best fight ever. Eris then ran to the presidential palace, where his lord was deep underground, to where his lord were Taruko to give chase, not knowing the danger. Then the door shut behind him, and he had to face the Joyce, and Ares all by himself. Daruka was brave, and he dodged the thermal blasts that were coming his way. During this fight, Ares hid in the safe house. Drazen and the other Joys rushed Daruka. Daruka jumped, leaped, and dodged all their attacks. Daruka trained his machines growing up, so he was used to dealing with machines coming at him. Unknown to the enemy, this was the best target practice for Daruka, as he managed to place small bombs on all of the droids, including Drazen. Then, without knowing it, there were bombs on them, and Daruka activated them, destroying the Seox droids once and for all. Seeing all of this, Ares came out of the safe room to surrender to the Ukulon. But Pazani and Daruka are monsters, as they were the ones to conquer the Flower Country and not the three factions.